All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us again for another awesome Monday. We are back with the up-and-coming heroes of Arabelle, once again defending the market square. But let's see here. Yeah, last week we sat around and watched a behind-the-scenes stream following those powerful heroes of Arabelle that sort of briefly stopped in the square, leaving some blessings behind, and starting things perhaps for some of our up-and-coming heroes. We found the fate of two of them, and it was not a good outcome. For more, we're going to go to Big Bri Lil Fry. Big Bri, over to you.
Good evening. Big Bri Lil Fry reporting live from Arabelle Town Square. In case you've missed it, a giant rock has fallen from the sky and landed smack dab in the middle of our city. And it's full of nasty little goblins. I mean, the chances of random space debris hitting a city is 10,947,721.34 to 1. And the chance of that debris being filled with goblins has got to be higher than that by at least half. But I'm no statistician. Anyways, we have already seen a group of mighty heroes take on the stone. Their fates unknown to us, but here returning from their foray into what has to be certain death is X, Helena, Millie, Lokag, and Clint. And from what they've told this reporter, the stone is a place full of danger. The first floor is a giant bog mixing with our own sewage water, and in the words of our viewer Jar Jar, that can't be good. There is a hut with some crazy hag and her slime pets. She seems to be looking for her sister. That's some serious Wicked Witch of the East shit, bro. There is also a Tower of Ugma with the Flame of Brigid. This seems to be the only spot of true respite inside the tower. For as the adventurers tried to travel to the second floor, they encountered some hobgoblins and some terrifying twisted magic users. Clint and Lokag reported going down again and again and again and again in their clutches, only barely being able to escape. Meanwhile, Millie becomes a golden goddess in the flame and befriends a goblin in the tower, who later helped them escape. Hope that little guy is okie dokie. Millie is living proof that crime is fine as long as you're divine. X is out here finding their religion, looking to balance the scales and send goblins to their death. And Helena had an epiphany that just because her newfound friends aren't rats doesn't mean they can't be part of her colony. Now, returning to Town Square, our heroes prepared for a possible attack from goblins as night falls. Will they stay and fight, help gather more stranded citizens, or head back to the stone to free the captives and meet the masters? Find out on tonight's episode of Mythlanders Goblin Stone.
Well,
Back
thanks
to you, DM.
Well, thank you so much for that, Big Bri. Quite a colorful story that happened in sessions past. Thank you for that overall recap. So, when last we left off, you all had not too much of a chance to rest, but coming back to the square, finding support, allies, another place of safety, you did feel restored somewhat, and you all still feel power surging through you, opening new awarenesses, talents, evoking things from old memory that seem to help you in navigating problem solving this strange and extreme situation that you find yourselves in. You have some people who are fighting worthy, like we mentioned last session. We talked about different places where you might arrange them. I've expanded the map a little bit so you can see some of the alleys around it. Let me bring that up on stream for everybody. All right, so let's zoom out a little bit. Well, I'll just go ahead and zoom all the way out, even though it gives us a little blank spot over to the right, but you all can see the streets and alleyways around the place. You knew a large group was coming head-on from the north, but you could also sense small clusters moving around and coming up toward the different alleys try to make their way into a position where they could quickly come against your defenses, or come over the top of them. In some places, they were spotted climbing up on the roofs of buildings, a street over, across nearby alleyways, and perhaps to scout and get a view, or perhaps to be in position to fire down. So you can see that at the different alleyways, I've got guards arranged. And other than that, you have wharf rats and the 5 of you. I have shown right there toward the top of the area. There's 5 of the wharf rats. They can fight with melee equipment, or they can have bows or crossbows, or a mix. Maybe spears, javelins, and hand-to-hand weapons. So there's something. You can place them and yourselves wherever you like. So yeah, before we step into combat or roll initiative or anything like that, let's take a moment and see what we think. What you all, what your thoughts on how to lay everybody out. Millie, let's start with you, if that's all right. J. Fink.
Sure.
Go ahead and place yourself, or talk about where you think you want to be and where you think other elements should be for the defense.
I mean, it looks like so we know they're coming in from the north en masse. I know we talked about kind of blockading up that way. How sturdy of a blockade did we make? It was more just like metal.
It's a bunch of stuff. It's like the remains of a wagon sort of turned on its side, pieces of large furniture that are stacked up, and there's like a large tapestry draped over it to block any holes so people can't see where the gaps are in the defenses from the outside.
The original plan was to try to funnel them through that entryway, so if they ever came here, they would have to go through there.
Okay.
That was the original idea, and we threw a bunch of metal scraps and stuff that hopefully would slow them down. Since then, I think we did have them build a barricade there once the initial attack stopped. So I think that's kind of how it evolved.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. We did some. You all did sort of look over the area. We made some perception checks last session, and you got an idea of where some were. So I'll draw some on the map layer. I'll draw some circles, red circles on the map to indicate where you. That is not a circle.
If you took a circle and straightened it out, it would be.
That's true. So somewhere back in
Just a
this.
circle from the side.
True. So around the area you'll see red circles where you all heard or some movement was spotted. Now to the south, the southernmost, a group seems to be converging. Goblins have come in maybe from different areas, sneaking their way through, and are converging on the backside of this house. Let me see if that comes up on stream. Ooh, goodness, no, it did not.
Wowzers.
All the way down here. You don't have anybody over there, maybe up on the rooftop to see, but you're certain there's less than 6 clustered right around there.
Okay. I think Miller would go to one of the areas that has probably the least amount of defense. It's looking like these 2 side ones have the least amount.
Yeah, toward the south. All right. What about X? Where does X place himself?
Checking the range. Okay, 80. I think X would want to be here in the middle.
Okay. Checking around. Okay. Just cool, where you can kind of get a sweep around the area. What about Millie? Is that where Millie's going to end up? Yeah, you're kind of staying in that area. Did you?
Yeah, kind of dispersed between the two different paths here.
Okay. Anybody who wants to be hiding when the fight starts out, go ahead and make your stealth check. Go ahead, X.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. The reason I wanted to stay in the middle is also so that I can hide frequently.
Okay. The halflings, Mim and Nilnan, are locked up inside their coffee cart, and they have armed themselves with light crossbows.
Perfect.
Okay. Good stealth check so far. Let's see. Okay, still looks
22
good.
for Helena and 16 for X.
All right, not bad. So let's see here. How about all right? How about Helena? Is that where you're going to end up?
Well,
Or-
I know we said they're coming through one of the channels. Do we mean the one to the north?
Yeah, that's where like it seems like a larger amount. Maybe 10 or 12, perhaps coming from the north. A little
Okay.
group split off, and that's how you know that there's up toward the top left some creeping around north of the heraldry and tailors.
I kind of think that that's a little far back for her, maybe, especially if we want them as they're like coming up, you know, before they even get to the town, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, oops, maybe how high up is the roof of this building? The green, like the teal colored roof?
35 feet at the peak.
Is there any easy, accessible way to climb up?
In between the buildings it's really narrow, but you could kind of use, it's maybe a 4-inch gap, and you could probably reach your hands in, make fists inside, and use that to climb up.
Okay.
I'd also
Really
be willing
low.
to give you a boost.
A what boost?
A boost up. Just
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to maybe climb up on the roof and hide behind like the chimney or something. Kind of like scope out too. It's like, I'm a ranger. I'm gonna
Okay.
see him coming.
All right, so go ahead and make that athletics check.
Right.
And
It's
can I
thick.
help in any way?
yeah, if you're giving her a boost up, that'd be the help action, so that would definitely give her advantage. And Helena, you could roll again on that athletics.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. Well, them's the rules.
Oh yeah, Helena, come on.
Helena's having a hard time scrambling up there, but so let me bring you back down with a there's no ill effects as Lokag is pretty tall and he's right there to lift you up onto the eave where you can pull yourself up, which is only 10 feet off the ground. So
You'll hear a voice from over by the fountain. I know that feeling.
let's see here, get a little suspenseful music going on as you all can hear, the cries of goblins to the north coming directly, well, not directly because it's a sort of crazing back and forth avenue, but coming towards you, making a lot of noise, trying to be noticed, trying to cover the others sneaking up. But you do notice as you're trying to climb up, you see through the gap between the houses, you see another goblin, a heavily armored one marked with the Shatterbone glyph on their shield, climbing up. You hear another one above on the roof,
Oh my gosh.
and you suspect there might be more.
Okay. Well, then I definitely signal to Captain Garen over here. Like, pointing up to the roof and like kind of like signaling, like really armored, and she's making these gestures to emphasize he's more tough than usual.
Okay. Garen nods, looking still pretty wounded, but resolute. And he turns toward the wharf rats. He gestures for two of them to basically move up to your position and hide, and prepare themselves to like step out and make their attacks, but not to slip out of the square or anything. The two wharf rats, however, they look around. They, everyone else sort of out of sight a little bit, and they look to Helena to see if Helena okays that. This seems to make Garen upset. He shouts at the two wharf rats, and they begin to move in your direction, settling in, and knocking arrows to their bowstrings. They nod to you as they push themselves into place up against the wall. "What'd you see, Helena?" says one.
Big, gnarly, bony thing. Lots of armor and ragged teeth. Looks a lot tougher than the others. And then there's another. I don't know how many more there are, but I think I heard quite a few. I have a good sense for, large collective swarms of things.
Right then.
Ears alert, your eyes healed. Not too much, because that sounds painful.
The young man laughs nervously. "Well, you just show us where to put our arrows then, Helena."
Will do. And she loads her crossbow.
Awesome. Millie, last session you mentioned that you put an archer or two high up somewhere. I wanted to cover that before we moved on to Lokag. You said I remember you mentioned you wanted to get somebody up so they could, spot maybe some of the alleys, and then also be up above in a safe position where they could fire down to wherever they needed to.
Yeah, that was the intention.
Okay. So go ahead and ping one place that you want an archer. And if this is open for everyone to discuss too, the whole party, if you all have better ideas.
Yeah, what are we thinking? North, south? For one of our many side passages.
Big Brad, what do you think?
For the wharf rats.
Yeah, for an
For the
archer.
archers, yeah.
I'd say there's two with Helena. I'd say probably maybe one more. One of them over here with the other teal roof, and two more, maybe them with Cliff to support this side. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. The north is probably the best because that's where we think the heaviest attack is going to come from, right?
Yeah. I was thinking Cliff might climb up to one of the roofs as well, since he's got a good perception check and some long-range weapons.
Yeah, maybe on arms and armor and the dining hall.
Okay. And that leaves us one more.
And then maybe on the tavern.
On the tavern. Okay.
So just a quick point. X can bless at the start of combat if people are close.
Okay. What's your range on that again? I don't have it up in front of me.
I think bless is 30 feet, right?
Yep.
You all could do that and break really quick.
Yep, range 30
What
feet
level?
up to 3 creatures.
Can I move?
I think so. I think we're out of combat. But
Yeah, you can move for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like the last minute as you all can hear them coming. They're sneaking up, trying to get in position all around the square, and the largest group up toward the north. So this is like the last moment coming together. give him nods of affirmation and steadying glares or gazes. X blesses everybody. Does anything? Yeah, do you have an idea of what that blessing sounds like? Is it in common?
So my bless is the star tattoo. So
Right. Okay.
like little like firefly stars float out of me and zip around to whoever gets blessed.
Awesome. So go ahead and left click your token and give yourself a pink pip on your token to indicate you've been blessed. And that'll help us all keep track of it.
And I'm sorry if I missed it. Who got blessed? Is it all of us or?
I can
didn't know
get
if you were
3
just doing
people. I think so the damage dealers benefit from it the most, and that will get us like through combat the quickest. But for melees making saving throws, it's pretty good to have bless. So if anybody really wants it, I'll give it to whoever really wants it. Otherwise, I'll tend to hit the ranged characters with it.
I wouldn't mind skipping on the bless. I do all right. So
Yeah, you do.
Take it. For
Yeah,
sure.
I can definitely
So-
use it given my rolls.
So Millie, you want it, or are we
Yeah, I
okay
take
with
it.
me? What's that?
No, we can give it to Cliff.
All right, Helena, what'd you say?
Oh, I think Helena should definitely take it.
Based on?
She's well, I don't know. She's chaotic. She seems to need the help. I don't.
That's
He's
a
got
fair
a
point.
blazing light crossbow. So I'll get myself, Helena, and Cliff.
Okay. All right. As those stars shoot from your body, sort of laying over each of your allies, you all quickly break and break toward your positions. Cliff dashes upward and nestles himself in and hides. Not the best roll for Cliff. That's all right. Ready's in action. As the screeching, shouting, and chanting coming from the north gets louder and nearer, the voices become more clear. It seems as if the frenzy of battle, the frenzy of anticipation for the upcoming battle has overwhelmed their ability to chant in unison. It's just a ragged tumult of cries. Many are crying meat for the masters or meat, meat, meat. Others are shouting or cursing. Cliff doesn't translate any of this. But as they move nearer, you all have the sense of what's happening. Above, you hear some whistles from your archers. And soon, the sounds of the goblins to the north are just falling over the barrier directly instead of bouncing up over the houses from the alleys and such. So, everyone go ahead and highlight your tokens and roll initiative.
I can trade initiative with somebody if they really want it.
Nah, I'll be all right where I'm at. I was gonna ask in the prep would Lokang have a moment to ask for maybe a polearm, a longer stabby weapon to stab
absolutely.
over the barricade?
I am so sorry. I skipped you.
No.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna do prep wise. I was gonna move myself up north here and kind of be between the two and go where needed.
There
kind of
is
float
a
between
lance.
barricades.
There is
I'll
a
take it.
lance and a glaive.
I'll take the lance.
Okay, it's two-handed when you're on foot. It does a D12, and it has reach.
Awesome. And I just did proficiencies. And I can keep the maul strapped to my back for now, right?
It's pretty big to strap to your back, but yeah, you're big enough. Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay.
You probably have to tie it off so it doesn't slip and the pommel doesn't drag on the ground. But yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is like, if I need to pull my hammer out, is that like a action?
Nah,
or
you probably got
bonus action or
a quick knot that you can just pop and release it.
Sweet.
Yeah. You're ready. You know how to be ready to fight. And how to quickly switch weapons. Alright. As the booted and barefooted goblins sneak through nearby alleys, east and west, you can hear a fierce and high-pitched whispering. Millie, you can almost hear it rising up over the southern buildings as goblins gather down there. We are all rolled. Helena, you hear the snap of bows and crossbows to the north. Arrows begin to thud into the, tear through the fabric to the north and thud into the crates and belly of the overturned wagon. "It begins!" shouts Garen, as if forcing the words from his throat. What does Helena do?
So Shatterbone up here, was that one on the roof or on the ground?
He climbed up to the roof.
Okay.
From there, you probably, if you're standing right at the alley, you can see him a little bit. It's a very narrow shot. He's going to have +5 to his AC if you try to shoot from there.
And so
you have bless and a +2, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking favored foe. Can I try go for it and with favored foe? It doesn't say anything about it being like an action or a bonus action.
Let's see here. Yes, you definitely can. That's going to give you bonus to damage if you hit.
I'm gonna do it with my light crossbow +1.
That is a hit.
12, and then also I wanted the septic strikes.
All right, go ahead and drop that up in chat. Let's double check. This is the first time I've played with it, so I'm gonna read it real quick. It's a bonus action. Awesome.
So can I choose more than one, any that I can see?
They have to take damage from a weapon attacked by you or your swarm or vermin this turn. So there's only one person who can take that D4.
Okay. Cool.
So go ahead. That's a D4 for the favored foe. Awesome. And a D4 for the septic strikes. Once you choose to do it. And you can feel free to describe or pass, and I will describe as you take out the Shatterbone column.
I'm shocked. Well, Helena's just as shocked as
A 27 to hit. That's solid. 27 to hit is definitely going to hit these guys.
That was before bless.
She,
I thought the +2 there was... Oh, that's archery. Oh, okay. Nice. That's before the bless was even rolled. Nice.
So she, like, her eyes open wide, and she covers her mouth, and she looks to the wharf rats next to her, and she's like, "I got him!" Showing, sliced his head, even though that's not how she did it. She's, like, shocked that she got it. So as it takes this goblin completely off guard, I think she gets one through the throat, and he falls back, and as he's, falling back and hits the ground, he maybe hits some barrels, and he's shatterboned. He's just totally just
Shatterbone. Let me hide this initiative, get this out of the viewer's way. We y'all should still at least be able to see who's current initiative is. Let me drop it again. That way you can see who's next.
It's his own fault for having that name.
Nice. Yeah,
that crossbow. In my imagination, that crossbow's now a laser gun.
I mean, that's sort of how it looks. It's just a shaft of light immediately appears between you and the target, you know, or almost immediately. Yeah, the armored goblin crashes back down to the ground. You hear a sucking of breath from another hidden goblin up on the roof. Helena, you still have your movement.
Am I still like hidden, like obscured from that other goblin's field of view?
Yes.
I think I'm just gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay. Captain Garen hoists his shield, readies his longsword, and prepares an action to slash at the first goblin that tries to come through or over the barrier. Next in the order is X.
Okay, can I see the goblin on the roof from where I'm at?
Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, you can. It's got a little bit of cover, so it's got a +2 to its AC from that sort of angle of the roof.
Am I hidden from it?
Yes, you are.
Okay, here we go. Crossbow. Ooh. 13 to hit.
13 to hit. Let me double check something really quick. This goblin. Say again.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. So it's not going to hit that. It skips off the angle of the roof. That sort of metal bracketing of the roof pitch. It skips off. Drops back down to the city somewhere to the north.
Then I will rehide.
Okay. Alright, checking something really quick. Alright. Anything else for X?
No, that's it.
Okay. Next in the order is Millie.
Alright.
You can hear at least 2 goblins packing in on the other side of the barricade. They're moving low. So obviously some of them are trying to sneak. One of them is not making any attempt to sneak, but can't currently see them. The crates and stuff are stacked pretty high. Planks have been put up and sort of nailed and strapped down to keep this barricade solid. So there's some just on the other side of it, though. At least 2, probably more than one.
Alright.
I assume that they have readied actions as well.
Move towards the barricade, but just ready in action to attack anything that comes over the barricade.
Okay. The old dwarven woman Ragna nods steadily. She holds up 3 fingers, saying that she heard 3 of them. She has a shield and a battle axe. There's a heavy crossbow leaned up against the wall next to her.
And I would bonus action just before battle would have cast Shield of Faith.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, excellent. So your AC is boosted up.
And yeah, hold that attack with the sword until a creature appears over the walls.
Okay. Near Baba Brune, Uton, the quiet, sort of shady sort of fellow, slips underneath the wagon, pulling out a dagger and vanishing. You hear a cry from cry of pain from a goblin down there to the southeast near Baba Brun. Yeah, the bard, Beredwin, sees X, watching him. He's not necessarily hiding from her position. She slips up behind cover, and a quick, soft rhyme tumbles from her lips, and she gives you bardic inspiration.
I have been inspired.
I'll move, let's see here. To the northeast, where the dwarven merchant Gila and another house guard are guarding that alley. Crates are kicked over, knocked aside, and 3 hulking figures slip through the narrow alley, their shoulders brushing the sides. And they be able to become, or start to overwhelm the defenders there. The combined force of 3 of these push not Gila back, but push the other defender. One of them immediately comes into view. Anyone who has a ready to action in that direction can make an attack on it.
Would Cliff have had a readied attack for them entering, or is he?
Yeah, he definitely would. So he would fire down at the first one that appears, pushing through.
He also has plus.
Go ahead and roll that d4 for it. All right. One of them, more luck than anything else for the bugbear, but one of the lead balls buries itself in the bugbear's thick plank shield. The bugbear's sort of holding it up in front of him, pushing the house guard back. The bugbear toward the rear managed to get an attack with its morning star, but misses. Oh yeah, and what you see are larger goblins, thick, hairy, sort of wide, low-browed eyes, far apart and deep set. Everything about them is asymmetrical, much like the other goblins. Cliff. These things stink! He shouts. To the south, Willem and Kinara get ready to defend the barricade there. Alright, just a moment. As to the southeast, back where that shady halfling Uten slipped off to. Hear more shouting from the goblins. Hear the splintering of wood, grunting of people swinging weapons at each other and kind of muscling each other aside. You hear one of the townsfolk guarding scream in pain. One of the townsfolk near Baba Brune drops. 2 goblins and a third slither out from underneath and regain their footing. Regain their feet. More of them here, shouts Baba Brune. Ragna's eyes sort of, cut toward Millie, her head almost twitching as if to look back across the square behind her. But she keeps herself steadily focused. She takes a step closer to the barricade and raises her axe again, waiting. From the north, you all hear a sharp, harsh voice. You recognize the sort of the disciplined and militant tones of a hobgoblin. A battle command in any language is clear as goblins begin to tear through and climb over the barricade. Readied actions. Now, Garen, Pell, and Elthus, as soon as anything appears, they begin to swing at them.
Ooh, a dust goblin.
One of which immediately drops as soon as it comes over the barricade. Taken down by Elthus and Captain Garen. Another one gets wounded, but goblins continue to stream over. And the hobgoblin is yet to show itself. You can hear another goblin scrambling out of sight behind the others, suggesting there's at least 2 more goblins to the north. And only the first couple of those goblins actually get an attack. The others spend time carefully moving over and through the barricade. Next in the order is Lokag.
All right. Seeing that there is no need for this lance, Lokag is going to immediately... He's going to sort of drop it, but no, he's going to more toss it towards the front barricade in case anyone needs it or wants it over there. And as he's reaching back, just pulls out that maul, and he's going to sprint up to the battle taking place. Okay. So now, I'm gonna use my dash action to get all the way up into action with the bugbears. And I guess bonus action rage.
Okay. I mean, it didn't look like you were that far away. Didn't you start out?
I was about. I was there. I was about 50 feet away. So just probably where the token laid. But
okay.
If you're willing to give me an attack, I'll take it. But otherwise, I'll use my dash.
Well, as part of that, instead of a dash, you can use your ranged attack. and rage and ranged attack if you wish to.
Remember, your lance has 5-foot reach too.
It's true. Lance has reach.
Oh, I guess I could have gotten right up from there.
I think you could have got one more square forward, and then reached him with your lance.
Boom.
All right, so he doesn't. No, instead he doesn't drop the lance. We're gonna. He like he is his own horse, but he's still two-handing it. But he's charging forward with the lance tucked, and so he's much like that. He's gonna charge forward and take an attack with the bonus action rage. He is very excited about. He is extremely excited about enemies being on the ground, ready to fight, and not having to fight a ranged battle. So he is charging forward, and he's going to take a stab at this bugbear right here.
All right.
And I believe he gets. Does he get flanking if he's not right up on the bugbear? I don't know. It's a you call. It's fine if he doesn't. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'll allow it. And if any of our viewers think that's terribly broken, allowing him to get the +2 for flanking with his reach, go ahead and drop it in chat and let us know. But yeah, let's roll with it. Get that +2, and you're blessed.
No bless for Logan.
Oh no, that's right, no bless.
Yeah.
You
don't need it.
don't need it.
18 with the flank.
18 is gonna hit.
Excellent. And then that will be a holy mother of God. All right, that's going to be a 17 piercing with the lance.
Nice.
Max damage.
Nice. Sound explodes from the bugbear. It's, as you slam the head of the lance toward, into its ribs, it kind of turns, and instead of just piercing both lungs, it just cuts a deep gash, cutting into and through the armor as you lance it in and pull it back out. The bugbear turns and its eyes fix on you.
Lokag is just grinning ear to ear with this lance sticking from him to the bugbear. Glad you could join us.
Nice. Anything else for Lokag?
No, that was movement, bonus, action. I'm good to go.
Alright. Let's see here. To the south, there is. Let's see. Give me just a moment. There is shouting from the south as goblins charge the barricade. Some of them climb over. They seem to have, they drop down the other side as your allies, Kanar and Willem, lash out to attack both. Combined efforts of Kanara and William take one of the goblins down. While others kind of come into place and begin to struggle up and climb the barrier. Baba Brun slashes out with his massive keg knife, attempting to take down one of the goblins. Baba's still here, he shouts, swinging the strange melee weapon down at one of the goblins. The thing manages to barely duck, and it cuts a bit of its scalp off. It does not brain the figure. Ah, your luck will run out soon! Nearby, the house guard tries to make good, slashing out with taking great advantage of the distracted bugbears now staring at him. One of the bugbears explodes painfully. Gila also makes an attack. A club in each hand. She misses once and barely manages to cuff the bugbear that she's flanking on the shoulder with her club. You will continue to hear, outside of this area, further away, the shouting of goblin hordes and the shouting of defenders, as there are a few attacks going on. To the northwest, a dust goblin and a shatterbone jump up on top of the wagon. Oh, one more attack. But the defenders there each, one with a crossbow launches an attack and misses. Dust Goblin and Shatterbone both fire light crossbows. Thick-voiced Lerude drops a crossbow bolt sprouting out of his chest. Phaleth manages to dodge underneath one and get a deep gouge on the side of the neck. Phaleth shouts, leg coming out from underneath her as she drops. A goblin scrambles out, and another scramble out from underneath the wagon. Let's see here. See how smart this bugbear is. Probably not very smart, but it's tempted to attack, and does attack Lokag. Gila gets an attack of opportunity. Oh, just one of those? I did not mean to roll twice. First one is going to miss. The bugbear whirls the Morning Star above its head and swings it down, or swings it up at Lokag's head for an 11 to hit. Which is going to miss.
All as he is, Lokag manages to duck.
the house guard next to you drops. Let's see here. Oh, stone. Okay, is going to hit. The dwarven merchant Gila also falls. Why aren't they? This is very strange to me. So I'm having a little bit of a... Oh, oops, I must have rolled in. Oh no, okay, I see what I did.
All right, guys, we're through the first round. What do y'all think? Looking good for the heroes?
I feel pretty good about it.
I am full of confidence and anger.
I put a prediction on stream that people can vote on what they think is going to happen. Everything from all wins, no deaths to a full TPK or full market wipe. And you
Wait,
all can
what?
vote. Yeah, different things can happen. So, there's a
You're
prediction. What now?
You're not allowed to predict, though, DM, because if you predict a full party wipe, for sure it's going to happen.
Oh no, I put those as options that the viewers, everybody watching on stream, can predict. But yeah.
I know, I'm just having a
Oh,
laugh
okay.
with you.
Yeah, I hope I didn't accidentally click something.
Clicks the TPK button.
Oh, you guys weren't supposed to know I had one of those. So, Millie, from your position, goblins begin climbing over the barricade. You have an attack of opportunity readied, as does Ragnar.
Welcome 10 on my end.
Alright, 10 is gonna miss. Unless you want to, unless you can do something about it otherwise.
I have nothing I can do about it otherwise.
Alright. Let's see here. Ragnar wounds one of the goblins, but doesn't stop it from making an attack. Another one drops into Millie's face. A third drops up onto the crates behind him. One of the goblins attacks Millie, the one who, of course, jumped at her face, waving a rusted scimitar. For a 15 to hit.
15 misses.
Perfect. The next one up on the crates slashes down at Ragnar. Actually, both standing on the crates slash down at Ragnar. Not sneaky enough. You all heard them coming. Ragnar manages to evade one and block the other. You hear another goblin grunting, giving orders. You can hear the slap of bits of plate and chain, assuming there's another Shatterbone somewhere out there. So this position here is not exactly where it is, just that there's one on the other side of the barricade there. Next in the order is Helena. Yep.
I
East
mean-
and west.
Can I see the ones that are kind of near the captain? It seems like I could.
Yes.
I want to go for the one that's directly in front of him. Yeah, just with my crossbow again, and then also the bonus action of the septic strike.
Okay.
And
Nice.
I'm also blessed if need be. Let's see. I can add the Septic Strike as a modifier. Cool. Awesome. Boo. I got Bless, and that's also...
Okay, nice. So that's 7. That's a natural 1, which is automatically gonna
Oh, that's
miss.
right.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it, I forgot to
So
hit
nat
7.
1. That's definitely gonna
You could
miss.
always session inspiration it if you felt the need.
That's true.
Yeah, Elena ain't gonna take it.
You can replenish those inspirations. Okay, you go ahead and re-roll. I will add another inspiration to the Dungeon Master.
For viewers who may not be familiar, we run with a rule that if you roll a nat 1, it's a crit fail, then you have to roll on a table to find out what the mishap is. So crit misses always, like, hurt in some way.
Indeed. Helena, if you would ping on the one you're attacking.
How do I ping? It's all...
Left click and hold as long as you have the right, just the pointer tool.
There you go.
Okay, do it again, please. Perfect. That is gonna hit.
Awesome. Vermin Lady. 4 Vermin Lady damage.
I love it. So, the goblin, having been wounded by Pell and distracted by them, is not ready or paying attention as you snap that crossbow shot. You can feel free to describe or pass as you dispatch the goblin.
She's kind of in a crouched position when she first starts. You know, she's trying to be sneaky, so she jumps up and kind of over the wharf rats just in time. It shoots right over their heads and just goes straight through the goblin's head as he just sort of falls to the side right in front of the captain. And I'm assuming the captain probably wasn't seeing that coming either, so
Yeah. The captain.
he's probably a little surprised.
Yeah, it kind of cuts his head over really quick, as quick as he... just kind of glancing over at you. He shouts, "Well shot! Well shot!" And he, deflects another rusty scimitar. The wharf rats both fire, just as you do. One misses outright, the other wounds one of the dust goblins. Doesn't take it down. Let's see here. The wharf rats, positioned high above, all fire down at whatever the closest enemy is. Only the one at the southwest managed to hit, grazing one of the goblins fighting Baba Broom. "Keep shooting, lad!" shouts Baba. "Bleed them dry!" shouts Garrett, swinging out with his long sword. He misses with his blade outright. But Elthus steps forward, climbing a little bit onto the barricade, stabbing through it toward a silhouette of another goblin. They can see. There's a screeching report. The blood comes back tipped in that sort of greenish black blood that smells like rotted milk. Pell also manages to score a wound, but just a graze on one of the goblins. The dust goblin, who's, just been grazed with a couple of attacks, laughs, shouts something in its own tongue. Wharf rats fire out. Next in the order is X.
Okay, it looks like possibly the battle that needs the most help is down here with Millie at the moment. They've got 3 or 4 on them, so let's take a shot down here.
Okay.
Millie, is it okay if I hit the one right in front of you?
Yeah, but you might want to I don't know if you can see even further south. There's another. Yeah, there's 3 there. We should be okay.
You know there's more coming over the barricade that didn't manage to get there in time. They were running around a corner and
Okay.
up the street.
This is an ally, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this... I'll attack this goblin then.
Okay. Well, so keep in mind this is the corner of the building here. So from where you're at, you cannot hit that one. You can hit this one, but they'll have... no, that's a straight... flat roll. No bonuses to their AC from cover there.
Okay, and I should be hidden?
You are. They have not looked, and you beat their passive perception.
Okay, I thought I attacked. Oh, there it goes.
I see 2. We'll look at the first one. And a 25 is definitely going to hit.
For 16 damage.
You can feel free to describe or pass as you dispatch this goblin.
So it's climbing over the wagon, and Millie's getting ready to defend.
Yeah, it just
This
fired
arrow
down.
just- What's that?
Oh yeah, it just swung at Millie with its scimitar.
Yeah, so it comes over the edge and swings at Millie, and the crossbow bolt just comes streaking out of nowhere and goes right through its chest.
Yeah, it clutches its chest, its scimitar clatters to the ground, falls aside. Move us
And then-
around a little bit on the map.
Then I'll shift a little bit and bonus action hide.
All right, very nice.
Oops, no advantage on that. Oh, 17 either way. 17.
All right, nice. Not a bad stealth check.
Next done.
All right. Next in the order is Millie.
All right, one falls. Go for the one right behind it.
Yeah, standing up on a crate, reloading its crossbow as quickly as it can. It's now dark, just to remind you all from last session. It is the goblin time. It does not have a shield. It has its crossbow, so that is going to hit. The shield is still strapped on its back, useless for the moment.
Wonderful. Two sessions. Now we'll just do a straight attack. 10 slashing damage.
You can feel free to describe or pass.
I think it's a very amateur splash. And kind of hack into this thing with a long sword, and then just that's not the retraction of the blade. Snowy is not a warrior,
Not even trained with a sword.
not even trained.
Yeah, using it like a sharp club. Awesome. The goblin also drops, it sort of clatters to the side. For a second, it looks like it's going to balance in like a sitting position on the crate, but it sloughs off, dropping out of view back on the other side of the barricade.
And then I'll move up slightly just so it can't get beyond the barricade. Be ready for the next thing.
All right. The bard, Dwarven bard, slips past you, or slips away from you, X. You hear her fire with the snap of a bow, and she darts back into place. I think I shot one, says the dwarf. And Millie, I'm sorry, Helena, what you see is the Dwarven bard slip out, fire a short bow, and dip away before, as the arrow hits, and the goblin drops to the ground. south. Willem and Kanara working very well. The human and half-elf working incredibly well together. They take down another, just one skewers and one chops down another dust goblin on either side of them. More are milling on the other side, however. Threaten to come over any moment. And they do, climbing up over and dropping down on the bodies of their allies. They make wild attacks with full abandon. No tactics, no cunning, just slashing out at their enemies. The two heavily armored Shatterbones, of course, have spiked maces. Cliff slips around the roof, getting up high over one of the near, above the hobgoblins. Ping on the map and bring this back into view. That's not supposed to be a D100. It's supposed to be a D20. Cliff misses with his shot, slips back around the roofed window, and ducks back out of sight. Goblin once again slashes out, quick, almost punching gesture with their hand axe. But the goblin, kind of leaps back. Its toes balanced on the edge of the crate for a moment. It sneers. North, the goblins keep coming. Drop down from the barricade, moving back around behind Pell, to flank him in. Others, not so well armored, just the very filthy, half-naked goblins that you fought originally. Then climb into view as well. And tearing through the last of the fabric and standing up. A slightly larger goblin, its skin a dark orange. It has gleaming chain armor and a fine crossbow strapped on its back, a long curved sword, and a long sheath. Two of the goblins, the dust goblins, attack Hell. One of the grubbier, naked goblins also swing out with its scimitar at Pell. Pell, cries out in pain a couple of times as two blows land. The third from the goblin as Pell, his attention is turned somewhere else. The goblin slashes out, and Pell drops, rolling to the ground, his weapon and shield clattering from his hands. Two other goblins just here. Both attack another one of the defenders. That 15 is going to miss. And then the Hobgoblin will slash out. At Captain Garen. But that is going to miss. Next in the order is Lokag. At the bottom of this round, we'll take a short break, but go ahead.
So, what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna Lokag seeing. Okay, I guess he's the last one defending this alleyway, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, the House Guard and Gila have both dropped.
He is going to. He's gonna drop the lance and do sort of like a what is that called? Like a barrel roll maneuver. He's kind of spin around on his feet, going around the bugbear while like he pulls the cord, grabs the hammer with one hand, and as he's swinging around, he's going to get it ready, and he's going to come up right about here on the bugbear, bring in that full circle, and bringing the hammer back around to bear on the bugbear. And he's going to take a swing at the one that he was engaging for a 12 to hit.
12 is going to miss.
22. I'm going to save my session inspiration for now.
Okay.
But I will go ahead and bonus action mark that same bugbear with my hunter's mark.
Nice.
Necklace.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, good. Then that is it for Lokag. He's gonna... No, I don't want to do that. He's gonna stay where he is for right now.
Right.
Trying to draw the bugbear's attention.
Okay. Since you're... Lokag, if you want to roll an attack roll for the Wharf Rat Archer, it's a D20. They have a +4. Or, I'm sorry, a +2. D20 +2.
14.
Alright, unfortunately that is barely going to miss. Okay. Just a moment. Alright, looks like I got my initiatives turned around. So at this point, I am going to... to the southeast near Baba Brune. The attackers continue to try to push through. Some of them still fighting, likely trying to clear out Uton, the halfling, who seems to have climbed underneath and giving them some trouble with his daggers. The goblins who have already climbed out from underneath the wagon. Two of them are turned to attack Baba Brune, and one turns to attack the remaining guard. Baba Bruin takes a deep slash along his forearm, but he's still standing. "This here's our city!" shouts Baba Bruin, but he swings wide and misses terribly. As he swings down at the goblin dodges to the side, and he snaps his cask knife on the flagstones. Baba Bruin has lost his weapon. Last remaining defender up here on the northeast. Algan slashes once at one of the goblins, and his attack misses. And that will be the bottom of the round. I think this is a good spot to take a short break. As we're kind of coming back together and everyone's filtering back to the table, we can talk a little bit of, everyone can say sort of what their plan is or what they're thinking for the round, to simulate that really quick communication that happens in times of high adrenaline with people who are used to working together. So heck yeah. Whew. So far, it is a daunting attack, being almost swarmed from multiple sides. Some of your defenders, however, are holding strong, training and luck winning out. Others have suffered the most terrible of luck right off the bat. But each of our new would-be heroes of Arabelle are still standing strong. But we'll find out once we get back from the break what's going to happen. I am going to step away briefly and take care of a few things. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Who wants to hang tight for a few until I get back?
I need a break.
Yeah.
But
I'll be here.
Can wait.
I'll be here.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll be back soon.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, our fantastic viewers will be back here in just a few minutes with the game. But hang out, talk, give my players good and bad ideas. And plot against me. I'll be back in just a few.
Valentine, you're a serious OG of this stream. Yeah, thank you for subscribing for 3 months and then just cheering some bits. You're going crazy over there. So, we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Back in a few.
So how does chat think the battle's going?
It's full of murder, and I love it. So, Valentine. So, Bri, when we made the characters, we kind of looked toward the new rules.
Yeah.
I
saw that you were saying that. I guess I didn't look the new rules of Goliaths, but so you're saying they get 35 feet of movement?
Yeah, their base movement's 35 feet. Kind of an acknowledgement that they're a bigger character. They also get starting at level 5, you can change your size to large as a bonus action if you're in a big enough space. Transformation lasts 10 minutes. For that duration, you have advantage on strength checks. Your speed increases by 10 feet. You can use it once
Really dope.
between your long rests.
Yeah. And I get an additional 10 feet just from being a barbarian at level 5 too.
Yeah, and they still have the powerful build that you increase the size category, but then it also says you have advantage on any saving throw you make to end grappled condition. Grapple's a saving throw in the new rules.
That's awesome.
You still get that as a barbarian when you're raging anyway, so it's kind of duplicated.
I'm
they
thinking. Go ahead. I'm interested. I'm interested. I was talking with Joe before the stream. I think instead of taking an ability score increase, I'm probably going to take the Tavern Brawler feat so that I can grapple on a bonus action if I hit with an unarmored strike. I think that's the kind of barbarian I want to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think the most efficient path, if you just want to deal damage, is to. I mean, Polearm Master is still fantastic, and it gives you a bonus action attack.
It does. It is good.
So it's still really good, and it gives a +1 strength as well. So, assuming you're 17 strength, that would round you up to 18.
Wait, Polearm Master gives you a strength point? I didn't know that.
In the new rules, it does. In the new rules, you have to be level 4 in order to take any feat, other than those starting feats.
Yeah.
But all the feats are half feats now, at level 4 and above. So they all give a stat point along with the feat.
That is very cool.
Yeah, so I mean, like in power gamey terms, if you just want to like do the most damage, I think that's still one of the most damaging barbarian builds you can have. If you want to just go for like role-playing style, I just want to grapple people with a bonus action. Fantastic. I mean, just go for it, right? But exactly what you said. Play the kind of barbarian that you want to play.
Yeah, I mean, I am very partial to polearms. Just because you get the reach, you get all the extra stuff, and man.
And the other nice thing about a polearm is you can always say, I'm going to grapple somebody, because you're holding onto the polearm with 2 hands, but you can always let go with 1 hand, hold your polearm, and grapple with 1 hand, you know. And I think that's a very logical case that you still have a free hand even if you're holding a polearm.
Yeah,
you can't.
Well, I was definitely going to continue with the 2-handed weapons. I like the big beefy damage die that they have. So
yeah, it's very barbarian, right?
Yeah, that plus that savage attacker feat where I can reroll damage. That's coming clutch already in this campaign.
Yeah, statistically the feat isn't that good, but it's like when it's good, it's really good. Mm-hmm. When it turns a 1 into like a 7 or 8 or something like that, it really, especially at low levels, is going to change the feeling of that combat turn.
Yeah. I feel like people say, what is the feat that everyone says is broke? Lucky. I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, lucky is a broken feat because you can basically just get a bunch of inspiration. But I mean, the amount of podcasts I've listened to from D&D and people use a lucky point and roll the same or worse than they did before is astounding. So I don't know if it is a broken feat or not.
The way the old feat was worded, you could force an enemy to reroll as well, and that's what's broken. Because if an enemy rolls a critical hit, and you could just make them reroll, it's a 1 in 20 chance that they're going to reroll another critical hit. So basically, it's a way. If a couple people have it in your party never gets critically hit.
Well, it's also how many combats you have a day, right? Like you have 1 combat a session, maybe 2.
Yeah, a lot of campaigns.
even if you have like 3 or 4 combats in a day, if 2 people have that feat, that's 6 crit rerolls. That is a massive amount of damage that the party won't take.
That's why you implement skill challenges all over the place.
I think the new version of Lucky is quite balanced. I think it's really fair.
I haven't looked at it because I don't typically take Lucky.
Yeah, you just, if I recall correctly, I haven't looked at the final form in the book, but I think it just lets you have advantage, or, you know, I think it still lets you give an enemy disadvantage, but you have to declare it up front.
I'm back.
Well,
Well, hello. How we doing?
I think we all deserve the boon of speed.
Pop it in chat for me.
So I made with the new rogue, I made a level 16 rogue that was skilled in everything, with reliable talent in everything, because they were skilled in everything because of the boon of skill. And it's like the lowest you can roll is now a 10 on any skill. Not a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people would take that, just because people aren't like me and the skill lover.
Yeah, I'm a skill monkey
some
too.
really good boons.
Yeah,
Some really
yeah.
good boons at level 16 in the new rule.
Yeah, I've looked over them a little bit. There are some pretty nice ones. I tend to, as a dungeon master, I develop a lot of stuff in a given system, a given version of the game, And so my habit since 3rd edition has been to, well, with 3rd edition, you had to kind of just jump over in certain ways, but with like 3.5, I'll adopt rules slowly as my players are like, hey, this rule's awesome, and let's talk about it, And so I don't tend to grab the whole rule set and digest it like some dungeon masters do. It's just not the way my brain works exactly, and I feel like it would kind of cause me to sort of rewrite a whole lot of content, and I would not sleep for weeks.
Fair. I think from the new rules, kind of one of the biggest thing I noticed was just the layout of everything. Like, no longer is race your first selection or on there. Your species is now your 3rd selection or 4th selection.
Yeah.
Their building.
Yeah, there's a different design philosophy toward it, but a lot of the stuff that I like a lot of what I've seen. There's definitely
that's what I was going to say. The breaking up of the fighting initiate abilities as different feats themselves, and then the combining of all that elemental feat, all elemental spells, the cantrip, into one single elementalism spell, instead of control water, control flame, mold earth, gust. It's just elementalism. Choose when you cast it, choose an element, do something with it.
Yeah. I think that goes with the trend of edition changes. There's like some things get depowered, but then they sort of build it to feel like it's going to be more powerful. I think for the player,
Mm-hmm.
I think things have been leveled quite nicely with the new rules. I gotta say, I'm really. There's still going to be stuff that's, better than other stuff statistically, but I think there's been a lot of leveling done. In that, like, rangers are better, monks are better, barbarians are subtly better, but not like overtly better because they were already good. And wizards are pretty much the same, kind of acknowledging that they were already sort
Really
of the
good.
premier class.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think in that regard, it's interesting, and I noticed that there's a trend toward like ways to make one hit per turn hit a lot harder, but the ability to make, 16 attacks and make them all better is limited to a few specific spells. So if you want to do that, you have to like combine monk and druid, or combine like some weird class stuff to try to do the thing where every attack gets a whole bunch of bonuses. It looks like they're encouraging like one big hit per turn kind of as the method. An extra attack is, gives you more chances to get that big hit off one way or another. So there's some trends like that I think are interesting. I think like the total damage per round that characters do should be about the same, but it's definitely like paladin smites are once per turn now instead of every attack, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it should be evolving toward just being more fun to do the damage, I think, but yeah, so I'm excited to get in and be playing with some of the rules, playing with the rule set.
You should look at the weapons rules, because that would be nice for like me and Lokag and Millie and the characters using the melee weapons. Well, I think, holy cow, I think almost everybody in the party is going to get it.
Yeah, weapon mastery would be something we all technically would get.
Awesome.
Do Rangers get it? I don't remember for sure. They might not, but
Yeah,
but it's cool. It's really
I
cool.
get 2 of them. I
That's-
just build a ranger with that.
Yeah,
You still get psionics in the new rule. So the classes that have psionics still do have psionics. So
I like
that are,
psionics.
I played one for years and I forgot the name of it. The Psi Warrior and the Psi Knife, the Soul Knife. Rogue, Soul Blade, whatever it's called.
I don't know about everybody else, but I love psionics. I think they're great. I think they make D&D. They keep it weird. I think that's fun.
I remember back in advanced D&D, there were like 5 mental modes of attack and 5 mental modes
it
of
was-
defense or something like
It
that.
was arcane, but that whole, all early versions are just arcane as heck,
The Fortress of Iron Will. I mean, they were just such cool names.
Oh yeah. It was the best. Loved it. The luckily, rolling up a psionic power or talent, just as good as rolling an 18 on something when you made your character up. Well, heck yeah! It looks like we are all back together. Is everybody feeling ready? Pompon, we see you have a new hat on,
Well,
or a scarf.
It's a rat pelt scarf.
Nice.
Found it for this special occasion. I want to intimidate my enemies.
I love props. I've never commented, J Fink, on you wearing Millie's braids and scarf. Like, I love it. The dedication, it's great. Yeah, props are fun.
For a hat, because I have a hat that I made that actually sounds a lot like Helena's hat. But I settled for the rat pelt instead. I really think that Big Brian needs it, maybe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Brian needs a rat pelt help for sure.
I've definitely been looking at like rat hats to try to get one off of Amazon. I just haven't found the right one yet.
Oh, that's amazing.
Awesome.
If anyone can find in chat, just a little challenge, if anyone can find an awesome, ridiculous rat hat, drop it in the chat.
I will buy it for Lokag. I will buy it for Big Brian and ship it to him.
If you know anyone who worked on the Hobbit movies in costuming,
Oh. we
Oh yeah, that nasty. Oh man.
yeah.
That
Radagast.
character so much.
They did him dirty. They did Radagast dirty.
good character though. Good character.
Yeah, I liked him. All right, well, let me transition us back to the map. And we can talk a little bit about what you all are thinking about doing this next round. Make sure our viewers can all see. I'll go ahead and zoom out a little bit more. And let's just take a look at what our heroes are up against. And we can talk about what you all are going to do about it this round. What you all are thinking. So, what is Helena thinking about doing this round? What suggestions or requests does she have for the party? What might she shout out or do during the next round?
She's definitely going to focus on, this large cluster that's nearest her and her wharf rats. I think she might alert to anyone who's within hearing distance that we've got 3 bugbears to the east,
Mm-hmm.
and that if we can get anyone else over there, we've got some people over there, but I think that's just sort of what's within her field of view. So where she's focused, she's going to probably plan on going that way next if these goblins start getting diminished.
Yeah.
Got quite a few here though.
All right. What about X?
X has, a variety of complex different turns that he could take, like unstealthing, shooting, and going back into stealth, or... Yep, that's pretty much what he's going to do every turn from now on.
All right, perfect. How about Millie?
I see the 2 shattered bones coming down here in the south, and then there's one up near me. I'm kind of worried that they're going to be just hacking apart our allies down here.
Mm-hmm.
So, probably trying to take them on, the one on that's coming towards me, and then get south as fast as possible.
Okay. Lokag, how about you?
Lokag's plan is the same as it is every time. Smash it with a hammer.
Perfect.
Here.
Your allies aren't going to do anything fancy unless you tell them to. They're going to keep their positions as well as they can and keep defending. All right, let's see here. Two more goblins slip out from underneath the crate, the wagon barricade here. Oh, that did not do. Over in this area. I'll zoom in a little bit now. We've gotten a view. Three goblins pop out. The Shatterbone and Dust Goblin make attacks with their crossbows again at the remaining defender. And another defender drops. Those goblins begin to start dashing toward Helena, but they've used up a lot of their movement. The Shatterbone and Dust Goblin both take aim toward the north. All right. They sight over toward Captain Garin and that group, and both fire off their crossbows. They are not hiding. Both those attacks are going to miss. They then drop down and both sort of crouch and try to get low up against the broken wagon and up against the wall, trying to break line of sight to everyone south of them. X, you can still see them, and so can Helena. the three bugbears growl and shout, not quite in unison, as they move toward and around Lokag, stomping over the fallen bodies, and each trying to make an attack on Lokag. Oh, hold on just a moment. Going counterclockwise from the one directly north. Each of the three of them attack. I'm going to use inspiration, one of my inspirations, and reroll one of those Morningstar attacks.
That one will hit.
21.
Excellent. So that'll be reduced to 8.
Yeah.
And Lokag is going to expend one of his stone's endurance. Ignore the rage damage. 9.
Nice.
So he will take no damage on that attack.
Nice. What? Wow.
It's just-
What does that look like? As it, how does he shrug off such a heavy blow from the spiked, massive mace?
Oh. So he kind of the mace hits him and it leaves a bruise, but it doesn't actually. I think it's probably from his totem of the bear. His skin is starting to get thicker, like more of a bear's hide, and it's becoming harder to pierce. Plus, this new armor that he's got is helping with that as well. The leather, the breastplate that he's got as well.
Awesome. Millie, a goblin appears on the roof above you, firing down at your dwarven companion. The arrow sort of partially buries itself in her chainmail, and the fletchings sort of droop, indicating that it didn't really penetrate very deeply into her flesh. The two goblins nearby also both attack, one at her and one at Millie. First one to Ragna, the second one to Millie. Ooh, I'm going to re-roll that with my other inspiration. So it's not a natural 1, it's a 6. Still going to miss, but better than the other. So both attacks miss. Next in the order is Helena.
Right. Well.
5 to the southeast and 5 to the west. Or 5 to the east and 5 to the southwest.
Well, I'm definitely still focused on the ones that are to the east. Let's see if I got anything I want to mix it up with. I kind of like this whole, standing from a distance thing. So I think we're going to just play it steady for the moment since there's so many of them. Like to aim for probably the one that's directly in, due east from her. It's the Dust. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. All right, I'm going to Zephyr Strike with the same old shtick with the necrotic damage. Or sorry, not Zephyr Strike, the crossbow.
Okay. Give me just a moment. I believe that is their AC. That's going to hit. Over their AC, actually.
4 Vermin Lady, 9 Radiant.
Nice. You can once more feel free to describe War Pass as you dispatch another goblin.
Oh yeah, Helena is on a roll. She's just loading them, sliding them in one at a time. I think she's kind of gotten into a rhythm, As soon as she takes down the one, her eyes scan for the next. She's really good at picking out the weakling in the pack. You know, the one that's not paying attention, the one that's scraggling behind a little bit. She knows,
Yeah.
she's watched this sort of behavior many times before, and so she takes him out. But actually, she takes him out by hitting one of those arteries in the legs. You know, the main one that goes through there. It's just blood everywhere. He clutches it, but he goes down. He just bleeds out.
The wind immediately brings that stink of moldering milk and something else that sort of stains their blood. Anything else for Helene? Does she move?
This might be a good time to do. I don't know. She's got her wharf rats next to her.
She does.
This is a pretty sweet deal. It's really been working out for her. I think she's gonna stay put.
Two wharf rats fire, but their arrows are, sort of blunted by the half-rotted leather armor that the dust goblins wear. Both their attacks miss. All right. Millie, would you like to make an attack for the wharf rat nearby?
Sure.
And there's 4 targets. A Shatterbone and 3 sort of rank-and-file goblins. That's going to hit. That's a D8 plus 2.
Actually, I think he'll go for the archer across the way, seeing it pop up.
Okay.
6.
All right. Ah! Goblin shouts, looking over at the wharf rat as the wharf rat slips back around, hiding behind the chimney, breaking line of sight. Across the way, near Lokag. Lokag, would you like to make an attack roll for the wharf rat near you? And one for Cliff? Just a couple of d20s.
Indeed. For the wharf rat, 16.
That's a
Plus
hit.
2 is 18.
D8 plus
and
2.
that'll be this bugbear to the north, just to the north of me, directly north.
Okay.
And you said a D8?
Yeah, D8 plus 2. I'm happy to roll that as well.
It's a 10.
Nice. The wharf rat, buries at least the first 4 inches just at the top of its collarbone. Maybe not going deep enough through its thick muscle and hide to the heart, but wounding the creature nonetheless. Let's see an attack roll for Cliff. He's saving his pistol ammo and firing with his crossbow.
Oof, only a 4 for Cliff.
Another miss for Cliff, and he slips back around, ducking back behind the window casement. Next in the order is X. Ooh, I forgot some music. That'll help. Let's get some pulse-pounding action music going.
X is going to move up to where he can see this bugbear. And we're going to shoot that one.
All right. Ping that one more time. The closest one to you. Oh, okay. Awesome.
No, the one that's kind of in the corner,
Gotcha.
diagonal from the peg.
Seen. I seen it. All right, what do we got? A 20. Oh, well, he was hidden. These things are not observant, so that nat 20. Nice, nat 20. 26 to hit is going to hit. All right, count it up. What is our total?
18 damage.
That is enough, with 6 HP left over to spare, for you to describe or pass as you take out this bugbear.
So X sneaks up to the corner, staying hidden, whispers the magical words that make the tattoo flare to life, and the crossbow bolt just streaks out, and Lokag sees the hobgoblin go down. That sneak attack was so sneaky you don't even see where the crossbow bolt went.
Love it.
And then I'm going to roll back around to the bottom side and cunning action hide again.
All right, let's see that stealth check. And next in the order is Millie.
All right.
16. Unless someone's looking for you, you're certain that you're hidden. So it's one of the wharf rats begins attacking the archer on Overwatch over you. What does Millie do? Shatterbone still hidden behind the crates.
Lately, I am sort of a one-trick pony in this level, so attack again.
Fair enough. Well, that's the thing to do, I guess, in this situation. Either attack or GTFO. Ooh, a 24, a 19 on the die. That's a hit. The one immediately left, I'm assuming.
Actually, I'll take out this one here.
Okay, awesome.
Enemy. 24 to hit for 11 slashing.
You can feel free to describe or pass. Nice, yeah, that is max. Ooh, you handily killed this one. Feel free to describe or
I'm
pass.
gonna switch those decks around there, DM, so that Shatterbone comes towards me. Yeah, I think she just tries like stab it through this time, and manages to get it spot on. Pulls it out as it topples off the crate.
Right. Stop your bonus action and movement you choose to use.
I'm gonna just move onto the crates. Ugh.
Nice. You can immediately see the armored goblin, rusted, tattered plates covering its shoulder, sort of rotted, half-rotted chainmail. But there are some thick discs of metal, sort of just hooked on to the chainmail, and a heavy iron-bounded shield, and that spiked mace that looks like a miniature version of the bugbear's morning stars.
Point my sword at it, thinking it's fierce or something.
It definitely, its eyes widen as it takes in your appearance. It does not meet your eyes. It's not quite shaken, but you can make an insight check.
Really good at this.
With a
What do you
19,
think?
it's obvious this time. You could psychologically break this Shatterbone with, probably not a high DC on something like an intimidation check, or something else creative. This thing is maybe a little wiser than the other goblins, and it notes the change, your skin, your eyes, and the blade itself. It doesn't seem to like any of them. Through the city night, you hear a brazen battle horn call from somewhere blocks and blocks away. Other goblins moving in on another square, a place where you've heard combat before and other people defending an area. But for now, you are on your own, and so are they. You hear a goblin scream in pain from past Baba Broom. Likely that strange figure Utin working his daggers at whatever goblins are behind there. Branduin once more steps around the wagon and fires with a crossbow. These goblins have plucked up their shields. One of them just pulls its shield up just in time. The arrow embeds itself, quivering in the goblin shield. The bard grunts and darts back out of sight. Background, secret dungeon master shenanigans as I check a couple of things.
Secret shenanigans.
Secret shenanigans. Best
I
kind
think
of
Millie would
shenanigans.
have shouted to. Indeed, I think Millie would have shouted to Runga to go back, but support from further back.
Okay, since you stepped up in front of her, giving her that space, she snatches up her crossbow and drops her hand axe, and it's like attached to her waist with a rope. kind of clatters as she steps back, bringing the crossbow up and steadying it. Let's see here. So you can also roll an attack for her. D20 plus 4. She has a heavy crossbow, so it's going to be a D10 plus 2. That is going to miss, unfortunately. Oh no, 14. Yeah. Goblin has its shield up. Double check. I believe that is going to. It does miss. Just barely, but it misses. Back along in this direction. You all hear a shrill scream from Uten. Cuts off raggedly at the end as you hear Uten cut down. The goblins nearby bob a broom. They shout and scream in exultation, relishing in the cries of your dead. Baba Broom takes another wound. This time a slash along his thigh, but not quite deep inside the thigh where it might open that artery that Helena so recently opened on one of the goblins. The guard with Baba Broom also drops. And squeezing out into the space are more goblins. 3 more. Their actions spent, taking down Uten and climbing underneath the wagon. Cliff is going on Low Cag's turn, so let's get him off the initiative. I just decided apparently that Ragna is going on Lily, so take her off the initiative. Well, I mean, things can change in battle. Somebody could be directed by their own attention and will, and then start syncing up with somebody else. So. Dungeon mastering, in my opinion, is an art, and not necessarily a science. But there's other dungeon masters who are much more scientists about it.
I laughed because I do the same thing when I DM.
Yeah.
I go, oh, this is happening now. It works, it flows.
It do. Oh, Garen. From hiding around the forge, the old Bardubel has dashed forward, swinging a couple of smithing hammers at one of the goblins. Wounded it, but did not take it out. So a couple of the goblins move to crowd him. Others clatter over. Oh, no, there's still... Yeah, right. Elphas is still alive. So some of the nearby goblins, of course, attack. Elphas takes his first wound of the battle, but does not fall. So at that point, the hobgoblin moves over closer, stepping over Captain Garen's corpse to slash at Elphas up there. Scores a solid hit. And a shout of ferocity. The hobgoblin's attacks are timed perfectly to take advantage of the hobgoblin's movements. And Elphas drops. Not good enough, shouts the dwarf as one of the goblins slash, a gash across the side of his face. Next in the order is Lokag.
All right. Lokag will move his hunter's mark to the more wounded of the 2 bugbear, the one to the north. And he's going to attack with his hammer. Just a 14 to hit. So I checked. So only a 14 to hit.
14 is not going to miss. The bugbear deflects the weapon with its shield. Barely. You can hear the shield crack and creak. And the bugbear groans under the effort of, knocking the hammerhead aside.
Sounds good. I'm not going to move, and I have no bonus actions, so I'm just going to keep standing here and keep trying to kill him.
Okay. You can make an attack for the wharf rat and for Cliff again.
Alright. Wharf rat gets a crit.
Woo!
Same bugbear to the north.
All right. That's going to be 2d8 plus 2. Woof.
So that'll do. That'll be 15, 16, 17 damage.
Our city! Shouts the wharf rat as he releases another arrow. And this one kind of comes in at an angle, right above the collarbone, down through the neck, and perhaps through the heart, as the bugbear slumps to the ground, a rattling groan as it falls. Dust
And Cliff
kicks
gets
up.
a nat 1.
That's all right. Let's see here. 6 for Cliff. I think I pulled something. Shouts Cliff. All right, to the south, a dust goblin and 2 Shadowbone attack Willem and Utara. Willem succumbs to his wounds. Reinforcement! Clatters to the ground and the shield rattles to the side. And Katara is cut down before she can shout any warning or anything else of the sort. The goblins rush in. Baba Broom, now attacking with a broken blade and his fist. Baba Broom manages to take down one of the wounded goblins with the sharpened tip and edge of his broken clasp knife. He, aims a thick fist at one of the other goblins, but it ducks underneath its head. House Guard and Rude remain motionless. As some of the goblins here to the west of Helena begin to move toward her, they come into the very narrow range that Milnen and Nim have, and they both take attacks. Hidden, actions ready, have advantage, and one manages to hit. And they manage to drop one of the goblins. Goblins charge toward Helena. One gets close enough to slash with a scimitar. I'm going to use this ranged attack, but it's not. It's a dagger. One of them is goes to throw a dagger at you. Both easily miss you. A snarling, slobbering dust goblin Let's see. Also, this one throws a hand axe in your direction as it charges towards you. That misses as well. And last but not least, the Shadowbone readies its crossbow and takes aim at Helena, having seen some of the damage that you've already wrought, and managed to land an attack for a 22. You're hit for now. Say again?
Definitely hits.
And take 9 piercing. Make a con saving throw. Or have your movement reduced as he aims at your legs with a heavy lead blunt crossbow bolt.
Bless count towards that, or do I not have bless anymore?
Bless does count.
Is that a D4?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
13
Success.
altogether.
Your movement, you are not hobbled by the attack. That is them. One bugbear remaining. Let's see.
Don't remember how to take the pip off. There we go.
The bugbear works its way around Lokag, stepping over the fallen, and disengages. Back to the southeast. Near Millie, the Shatterbone looking up at you. Your legs and knees right in front of it. It just levels a swiping attack, trying to hit you in the knees for a 19 to hit.
19 just hits.
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. That's going to be the same roll. But that's going to be one of the Shatterbone attacks. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Throwing this out just for the purposes of... Wait, let's see. Same roll with +5 would definitely hit at a 20. And so with its mace, it's going to do max damage, 10 bludgeoning. And you need to make a con save or lose 5 feet of movement.
On the 17.
Nice. Success. You are not hobbled. That Shatterbone attacks the goblin next to you. Yeah, focused on you. Swipes at you with its, cuts over, turns towards you and slashes for a 14, which is definitely going to miss. Let's see here. The goblin above.
You make another con save. Okay, we're good. Shield of Faith stays up.
Nice. The archer above fires down again for a 12, missing, and scrambles back along the roof, out of sight, up toward the peaks of the roof. All right, next in the order is Helena. And he's beginning to close in.
Oh goodness. This is starting. I'm nervous. She was feeling really good there, but she took a pretty good blow. So she's going to retaliate to the one that's just immediately in front of her. And
The Warfrats move to sort of flank you and drop their, ranged weapons, pulling out, pulling their shields up.
I'd like to use Zephyr Strike on... Well, of course, it's like sort of myself, but also with me.
Yeah. I love that spell. It's great. So that's going to be your bonus action. Movements don't provoke attacks of opportunity. You get a boost to your movement until the end of the turn where you make that extra attack that you get from it. And it does an extra d8 force damage when you do that attack. Great spell.
Alright, so I just go ahead and click it.
Yeah, click your attack roll, sure.
What? I don't... Sorry, I thought it would
make
do
your weapon attack. Click the weapon attack instead.
Right, that's what I did.
Click you did the damage.
Like the dagger.
Whatever weapon you're using to make your melee attack with, yeah.
Oh,
Oof. That's definitely gonna miss. I don't think you've.
lucky,
Oh, you
but
have,
then we
yeah.
had this conversation about how it's cheap.
It's in the rules. We're using it. Do what you want. Do what you can.
Well, I gained advantage with one of my luck points. So I guess I can roll it again.
Okay, that's fine. Next time, just I think you have to use it ahead. You have to call it
beforehand.
ahead. Say again.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
but
call
it's
it
fine.
ahead.
Yeah, call it ahead of time next time, but
Okay.
it's fine. Woo! A 20, a dirty 20 is gonna hit.
Dirty 20.
I like the
So
dirty.
do I click dagger or do I click...
You should just be able to click the dagger damage there in chat. It should have
Okay.
everything clicked onto it. But it looks like there's still a D8. Well, you'll get an extra attack. So this is your regular attack. That's going to hit that 9. You can feel free to describe your pass as you dispatch the nearest goblin.
I'm gonna pass this time.
Okay. Yeah, as the thing darts up, one hand likely still on your crossbow, you quickly pull a dagger out and just shiv it, just plop it right into its sternum, right in its solar plexus. Its eyes go wide and it kind of goes rigid, sort of clutches for the weapon, but you're already maybe leaving the blade in it or drawing the blade out and moving to make your... Oh, let's see. You wouldn't have had to use any luck or anything because with Zephyr Strike, you would have had advantage on that attack roll.
Really?
Yep.
I've missed that part. Cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's right there.
It's not an extra attack, but it does give extra damage. Okay, so that's your attack and your bonus action. Your movements won't provoke any attack of opportunity if there were any near you. So what do?
I'm wondering at this point if it's... I should. I feel like I shouldn't. I want to move because of the attack,
Mhm.
Zephyr Strike and everything, but I like it here. It's
Yeah.
weird.
No, if you're happy there, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. All right, a wharf rat nearest Millie. The arching goblin it's got a lot of cover. It's got +5 to its AC. The one on the rooftop. So let me ping so that viewers can see back down this area. If I don't ping, you all try to remind me so I can. I'm trying to update for those watching on Twitch. So if I miss that, if y'all can catch it for me. But yeah, so Millie, you want to make an attack? Where do you think this wharf rat is going to attack?
You're gonna go for the goblin next to Millie.
All right. It's gonna be nice. That's gonna hit. T+2.
7. Damn off.
Ah! The goblin grunts, sucking wind through its teeth, but it does not fall. Its eyes dart
Yeah,
around
I
as if
think
it's... Say again?
It would been I suspect he'd move back to where he
Yeah,
has cover again.
that would make sense, yeah. Try to do what you told him to. The goblin's eyes dart around as if it seeks escape. It's definitely not its turn, however. And we already did one for that wharf rat. As they happen on Bocax turns. Do that one. And back to X. Here in the center of things.
Baba Broom looks like he's having a hard time down there.
He definitely is.
Helena, how you feeling, Helena? You feeling good? You need help or?
I'm
No, you're
not,
good.
I'm not in the worst shape, not the best shape.
Got 3, I've got 5.
All right. Yeah, it looks like most of them are down there by Baba Broom. Let's see if we can give -1 shatter bone down there or something.
All right. It is not looking your direction. You're pretty sure that the shadow bone cannot see you. Or has not spotted.
Okay, then we'll do the the crossbow thing. Let's get that core tattoo fired up.
Yeah.
See what happens.
24 is gonna hit for sure on the shadow bone with a 15 damage. As you feel free to describe or pass as you very evenly kill this, totaling its hit points to 0. Perhaps it's
I'll let you describe this super sneaky attack.
Okay, so you're kind of creeping underneath the tent awnings that are now lean-tos, more now places for people to sleep when there's not a fight happening in the middle of the square. So it's sort of angled very, very low. You're slipping along the rim of the fountain, using every bit of cover that you can. Your tattoo surges and gleams as you point forward, and that bolt sort of materializes, almost moving up off the page, as it were, of your skin, sailing across and taking the figure neatly between the eyes. The shadow bone doesn't cry out. It stiffens and falls like a felled tree.
I get a 9 on my stealth check this roll. I kind of trip over the dwarf on my way by.
Okay. It's not going to beat passives. I'm pretty sure they're not the most observant, but you made a lot of noise. Let's see here.
That's X.
Double checking one thing. Since you're sort of paying attention down that direction, you can make an attack for this wharf rat this turn. It's a D20 plus 2. All right, their attack is
4.
Nice. That is going to miss, but it's not a nat 1, so no chance of it hitting an ally. That is on the chart. All right, so next in the order is Nilly. Squared off with a very wounded Shatterbone, or a very wounded goblin near you, and an unhurt Shatterbone. Move some of these tokens out of the way, make it clearer. What does Nilly do?
I'm going to look at the Shatterbone and just say to it, is this really the place you want to die? Go away.
Okay, nice. Is there any sort of force behind that? You're trying to make a check to persuade it or intimidate it?
I'm going to try and persuade it to just leave. It doesn't want to die here. If I do, I'll light my sword on fire.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's gonna be hard to convince it. This thing has the light of zeal in its eyes, as a lot of these goblins do when they're attacking. Right.
16 on the die.
The goblin's eyes dart back and forth. It looks toward its ally, looks deeper into the square. Its eyes squint as if trying to see what's happening with Baba Brune. It barks something to its ally and looks to be, like it pulls its shield up and looks like it's going to try to, make a fighting retreat. What does melee do? That's your bonus action for that persuasion.
Alright. Looks like it's going to make a fighting retreat. Just checking. gonna move away from it just to see what it'll do. I suppose. Just kind of keeping the blade at it as I do so. And I want to kind of get in a position between Runga and the oncoming goblin.
Okay. The Shatterbone almost like jerks forward as if they're going to attack you with their mace. But it shouts again, and both goblins sort of, they don't attack you. They definitely look as if they're going to move away.
They move there and prepare an attack if something gets near me.
Okay. Once more, Bradwin makes an attack, and it misses again. Two of the goblins move toward Baba Broom, trying to back him up into a corner, and both slash at him with their scimitars. Ah! Little pukes! Shouts Baba Broom, but his voice is getting ragged, the strength of it sort of falling a bit. Goblins come dashing along toward the fountain, toward X and Baradawin. But those two use their actions to, to dash, and they both attempt to hide. But only one of them. You still can track the goblin, but the dust goblin you quickly lose track of. One of the dust goblins goes to swing at Baba Broom. Oh, I'm sorry, Bardubel. Bardubel manages to knock the scimitar out of its hand. And manages to duck underneath or knock aside all of the other two scimitar attacks from the nearby goblins. That's up toward the top for our viewers there. The hobgoblin turns, sort of quickly, just almost, drops his longsword. There's a thick rusted chain holding the longsword attached to its plates on its armor. The tip drags the ground as it steps back and swings a crossbow up off of its back. Fires at Bardubel. With a 19 to hit. Bardubel is dropped with one well-placed crossbow bolt. Next in the order is Lokag. The bugbear has dashed away. You can kind of see it slip around the corner to the south through the alley. Ping so our viewers can see what I'm looking at. Do you follow it, or do you move after some other enemy? Lokag?
The Lokag, seeing the bugbear retreat, looks around the battlefield, and he says he sees what's happening at the northern gate and decides that's where he's needed. He's going to gonna rush up on that hobgoblin, and he's gonna. Nope, I was in the right spot. He's gonna rush up on that hobgoblin, and he's gonna move his hunter's mark to the hobgoblin. Can I move it off of a creature if they're not dead? I don't actually know the answer to that. Sorry, I'm gonna look real quick. If the target drops 0 hit points, you can use a bonus action. So no, never mind. All right, so no hunter's mark. That's gone. I mean, it's still on the bugbear, but all right. So I'm gonna take a swing at the hobgoblin with the hammer.
Okay.
Getting a 23 to hit.
Ooh,
Really good.
that is a hit. 23 is definitely going to hit
Excellent.
that hobgoblin with its chainmail. Its shield is not up.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll that damage using Savage Attacker.
All right, love it.
Same damage.
Same
All right,
damage.
so it does 11 damage.
Ah! The hobgoblin grunts as it kind of turns and tries to bring its crossbow up, maybe to block, but you just sort of slam the crossbow against its chest with the haft of your hammer, and the hammer clips it in the shoulder. Its eyes go wide with pain and surprise. Go ahead.
Lokag will say, "You will go no further."
Awesome. All right, so Cliff and the Wharf Rat are still over, up on the rooftop, and they could potentially get a shot on the bugbear, or they could do something else.
Yep. No, I was thinking they both take their shots at the bugbear.
All right.
So this is the Wharf Rat.
Okay.
15.
That is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Shield up
And
ready.
Cliff will get a 4. So don't worry about it. They both miss.
All right. It is.
Does Cliff still has his session inspiration?
Not when he's not here, unfortunately.
Okay.
Elena is not outside. He's gone inside. Two of the goblins rush Millie, getting close enough to make an attack. And their rusty, notched, chipped scimitar flashes out with a 9 to hit, which is going to miss.
I deflect it, but miss it. That's my law.
Oh no! The Shatterbone takes a swipe at your legs with its mace, to slow you down, with a 9 to hit.
Perfect.
The other Shatterbone behind. Let's see here. Doesn't have the, can't really switch out entirely its weapon. It still has its shield, its mace. It drops the mace on its rope and throws a dagger at you using a light crossbow roll. A 20 to hit
20 hits.
for 3 damage. No poison or anything of the sort on that one. Baba Brune still with fist and broken blade, trying to battle it with these goblins. Manages to wound one with the knife, but again misses with that ham-like fist. As we come back round to the top of the order, what's everybody thinking? What's Helena thinking?
Well, things have been going okay where she's at, although it's kind of hard to comprehend all of the chaos going on around them all at
Fair.
once. That's she should just keep focused on what's immediately next to her, and she's got some immediate threats, so I think that's her concern.
All right. How about X?
Try to help Millie. looks like the most dangerous area right now. I could finish the hobgoblin too, but low keg. So one of those two, depending on how things work out, I'll either
Perfect.
try to kill the hobgoblin or help Millie.
All right. Millie, how about you?
Yeah, continue fighting these things.
All right. Lokag, you're going to finish it off with the hobgoblin?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put Nilnan and Mim on the initiative now. I'll just use Nilnan. I'll be going at the same time. All right, so moving around back to the top of the order. The Shatterbone nearest Helena gives a shout and charges in toward one of the wharf rats.
No, babies.
All right. Shatterbone attacks Helena, the one in the center. Against the one in the center. An 11 to hit on this one is going to miss. One of the goblins swipes one of the wharf rats with its scimitar. Also a miss. Oh, sorry, no, that Shatterbone would have attacked the wharf rat. It's the dust goblin that attacks Helena. For a 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Max damage for it. 9 piercing damage. Gouges you with the tip of its short sword.
Yeah, Helena's hurting. She screams out to her allies.
Back over here at Millie's corner of things. Shatterbone and Goblin dart east, or dart west and then north into an alley, vanishing, at least for the moment, from the fight. No report from the other goblin arching above. Perhaps it's waiting for the other archer, the wharf rat, to show itself. Next in the order is Helena.
She does not have anything to heal her at the moment on her person, so she's just gonna be going, for her life. We're gonna try the Zephyr Strike again.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, she's absolutely surrounded. I'm gonna have to get out of here. So the goblin to her right, I think, is the one she's gonna go after. That
Okay.
guy, just pinged him. Make sure you're pinged too.
I saw it. Definitely saw it.
Think
Okay,
for the map. Or for me.
I do the dagger first.
Thank you.
That sucks. But +2, or sorry, I got the bless. My bad. Not +2. Oh, 12 altogether.
And that's this goblin here.
One to her right.
Okay. So 14 is gonna miss, unfortunately.
That sucks. That was bonus action, right? Or was that is the bonus action and the attack? That's kind of both, isn't it?
Yeah, there's Zephyr Strike is the bonus action, and then you make an attack on that round.
Okay. Okay.
Does the
That
attack have
sucks.
advantage?
The deck does have advantage. That's right, because Zephyr Strike.
Oh, thank you. I keep forgetting that.
Thanks, DL.
Thank you.
Takes a whole table to run a good D&D game, and a 17 is gonna hit.
That's right.
So with all the nastiness you can summon, you can feel free to
Oh.
describe or pass.
Okay. Well, Helena you know, she's screaming as she like thrusts this dagger down. You know, I imagine she's, you know, blood's flying and she's just letting the wild animal out. She's got actually both hands on one dagger, and she just like slams it right down into his head. And then after that, she's gonna immediately like take it back out and just take off.
All right, you're still threatened by another goblin. That will provoke an attack of opportunity. Oh no, you got Zephyr Strike.
No, it won't.
That's right. Do it. Do it. Where you go to?
How many feet can I move with that?
So you got your 30, and then it gives you another 30, so 60.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
It's a great spell.
All right, let's get near. I like over here by the fountain.
Yeah, get in some cover, get where some allies are. Oh yeah, I think that's back to where you first entered combat in the square, if I'm not mistaken.
Is. It is.
So you're thinking about moving to here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Does she go prone again this time, or just keep her feet?
Oh, like under the cart, you mean?
Yeah, or just dropping flat. That.
I do like that. I do like the idea of her going back under the cart. You know, I think she's probably spent some time there pre-battle days. You know, just sort of like watching people and like, what's up? You know, it's just, that's where rats hide. You know, they hide underneath carts and tables and whatever. So that's instinct.
Okay. So just so you know, ranged attacks will have disadvantage on you, but any melee attacks will have advantage while you're prone.
Weed.
So yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah. Most of your enemies nearby are engaged with somebody else, though they are slippery and can disengage pretty quickly. All right, so movement action, bonus action for Helena. 2 wharf rats. One after the other, I make their attacks. The one to the north misses the Shatterbone, but the one to the south gets a good slashing wound on the goblin. Does not take him down. Oh, okay. That will go on Millie's turn, so I'm getting that off initiative. And next in the order is X.
Okay. Does this goblin look like it's been hurt a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, and then the next question, is this a place I can hide? Is this like an awning or something?
Yeah, it's been brought down. One end is on the ground. It's sort of a lean-to. The open side is facing the fountain. And there's like bedrolls and such stacked up in there.
Okay, let's shoot that goblin next to Millie and see if we can make something happen here.
Alright, let's see if we can make something happen with that. 16 is definitely going to hit.
16. 8 damage.
I apparently moved that goblin somehow. You can feel free to describe or pass as you take out another of the attackers.
So X is kind of shuffling around the fountain, you know, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a running shot. So he's like doing a little somersault, and the arrow flies out, and gets the goblin, and then he ducks under this awning here and tries to hide again.
Alright, see that stealth attack. Stealth. There you go, 26.
6.
Absolutely vanish. Nobody can see you. Your allies knew where you were, but not where you are now. And you can make an attack for this wharf rat on one of the goblins nearby.
Okay, he'll try to help Baba Brune with the damaged one.
Alright, he slips forward. Sure you can get a good shot.
Oh, wait.
Alright, misses and slips back away. Next in the order is Millie. You can choose to have Ragna and the wharf rat go before you or after, but they're going on your turn now.
Alright. One can go for me, I suppose. I think both of them are just gonna shoot at these goblins here.
The dust goblin, okay.
Start with the dust goblin.
Oh,
That's gonna miss anyway. Uh, 16 plus 4 and Wharf Rat. Even got.
All right. 16 for the Wharf Rat.
Yep.
And 18, it's going to hit. D8 plus 2.
A whopping 3.
Oof. Okay. No. The goblin seems very hurt. It's, not as healthy as some of the others. As soon as that Wharf Rat steps out, the goblin to the south makes pops up and makes an attack with its short bow at the Wharf Rat. With a 10, oh, actually a 21 is going to hit. And it grazes the Wharf Rat. Ha! The woman laughs, ducks back into hiding. All right, what about Millie?
Alright. Go ahead and move to here. Testing. Steering smite on my blade. Yes, great. Alright. Nothing happens till I hit it. And swing at the Shatterbound. 18 to hit.
18's going to hit. Shatterbone takes that wound. Let's see here. Right. 11.
15.
Oh,
It
15.
needs to make a con save.
Well, it can't do that because it falls. Feel free to describe or pass. This searing smite looks like, perhaps.
Blade just becomes kind of much more viscous flame, kind of leaping from the blade as it flashes through the creature
Whoa,
head.
awesome. Yeah, it's, where you cleave in through the tattered chainmail, the rings are, the cut edges of the rings are glowing red hot. Smoke is coming from its burned clothing underneath as it falls.
Alright, that's my bonus action in action. I'll just move back here in front of the Dust Goblin.
All right. Dust Goblin's eyes dart around, suddenly not as certain of itself. Ahead, to the north, Bradwin shoots again and misses, ducking back out of sight. Nilnan and Mim both fire again. No advantage on the rolls, but one of them does manage to hit. Takes out one of the goblins to the north, attacking the Wharf Rats. So yeah, 2 bolts fly over Helena, over your head, out of the windows of the wagon, and you see one of the goblins to the north drop. To the southeast, 2 goblins still on Baba Brune, grunting, screeching, laughing as they attempt to cut the big red-headed man down. And down Baba Brune goes. One of them misses, but the other takes the opportunity of Baba Brune sort of turning to the side and sticks its scimitar somewhere near or into the man's kidney. Baba Brune crashes to the stones. The goblins scream and begin dashing in Millie's direction. A hobgoblin nearby, it drops its crossbow. What did it see here? Drops its crossbow, pulls its sword back up, and slashes at you with its longsword. Slashes at Lokag with its longsword. Let me bring us back up on the map. Back to this area. No allies around for it to take advantage of. It does hit with a 22.
That will hit.
For 11 slashing. It grips the blade two-handed.
9, so I'll take, and half is 5
Yes.
or 6.
Nope,
Okay,
5. 5.
thanks.
Yeah, this is not our hardcore table where we round everything up. All right, 2 dust goblin attacks and 1 regular goblin on the smith, Bardubel.
Bardubel was down.
Oh, that's right. So they moved toward Lokag instead.
Bring it.
A 13, a 25, and a 15.
The 25 hits.
Oh, let's see here. Hold on just a moment.
And
Okay, still a nat 20, so it's pulled muscle isn't really going to stop that from hitting. So that's going to be 10 points of slashing damage. Or 5, I guess, since it's halved. The other one from their group is dead. Next in the order is Lokag.
Lokag is gonna take these hits and just start laughing as he like swings his hammer down on the hobgoblin once more. Oh man! All right, I'm gonna use my session inspiration.
All right.
For a 14 to hit. That's not much better. Oh well.
That
right.
is going to miss, unfortunately.
That's my turn.
Delete that, and let me steal your inspiration.
Oh,
Can't seem to- Well, okay. Can't seem to... Roll20 is being a little weird. I can't seem to click on yours. That's okay. Man, I'm sorry about that. That's rough. But you still have
okay.
attacks.
It's the dice.
Yeah. Cliff and the Wharf Rat, they watch the bugbear dash away and behind a wall, out of sight. So they can bring their weapons to bear inside the square again. So what do? Cliff
They
and the
will.
Wharf Rat.
Let's see. I think they're just gonna take shots at those dust goblins. They'll both shoot at the closest one first, unless it drops. First one is the Wharf Rat. So that is a 13.
That, let me double check. They don't have much armor and are not wearing shields. 13, you said, is going to miss.
Okay. And Cliff gets a nat 20. Final.
That's definitely going to hit.
All right. And what's his damage die?
With what he's got, I think he picked up a heavy crossbow, so a d10 plus 3. It's not magical. And
So that'll be 11.
his bolt takes it in the stomach. The goblin groans and falls down, rolling on the ground, clutching the bolt. Not quite dead, certainly dying, but no longer a threat. Clifford kind of slips back over the other side of the eaves, breaking line of sight again. Alright, that Wharf Rat has gone. 2 Shatterbone and a Dust Goblin. Dust Goblin disengages and begins to dash back toward the barricade. It dives into and begins sort of climbing through the pile. It's got pretty good cover. It's got +5 to its AC if anyone tries to attack it as it tries to flee. Baba Broom. Almost a nat 20, but Baba Room does not move. He remains still on the cobbles. All right. And as we come back round to the top of the order, there is a shout from the Hobgoblin. Well, there is a horn that you all hear, that sort of another ratty, broken sounding brass horn, about 3 blocks to the north. You hadn't heard this one before. It calls 2 times, bramp, bramp, and then bramp, 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 3 times. Then the Hobgoblin shouts, and something seems to come over the other goblins. You all can make insight checks.
16 for Millie.
All right.
17 for Lokag.
Lokag. They are, you think they're going to reposition themselves. You think they're preparing for something else coming from the north. As eyes kind of flicker in that direction. So yeah, as those horns, that horn breaks out, cutting through the din of battle. That is where we're going to pause for the session.
We're gonna be fine.
Oh, they got a cave troll.
So yeah, as that horn plays out, each of you, your blood singing in your ears, adrenaline surging through your veins, your allies, maybe not right in sight, but all nearby, each of you fighting the same fight. And the townsfolk are conducting themselves pretty well. I mean, many of them have fallen, but even those who did, they stood up and they stood for it, and they didn't run. They were cut down where they were. And as far as Lokag's concerned, that's all a warrior could ever ask. But for the rest of you, it might not be looking so glorious. But good, man, intense stuff. Some excellent die rolls, some furious and quick thinking. And yeah, having some well-placed allies and having even some loose plans kind of really helped out in this situation. How about you, Pon Pon? What are your thoughts on the situation and the session tonight?
Well, I'm a little concerned. But I think if we all just hide underneath the carts and stab and shoot out from underneath those, we might be all right. So I think that's what we should do.
And what are Lokag's thoughts? What about you, Big Bri? What are your thoughts?
Lokag is going to need to adjust his grip on his hammer or something. Something's a little off, and he's going to get it, he's going to get it right, at least by the next session. So, for sure.
Heck yeah. DL, how about you?
It started out so well. I mean, honestly, after the first round, it felt like, okay, this is handled. It's not going to be so bad. And then just like for 2 rounds, it was straight downhill with the villagers all dying and us all dying. And it's like, that's really a lot of goblins.
It is. But I'll say downed, you don't know who's dead and who's not. But yeah. Heck yeah. Jay Fink, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of places that we needed to defend, and now I think we kind of made our acceptance that some people probably were going to fall, but I think from where it started, it's going better than I expected it to.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, that's a overwhelming force. They know where you are. You're pinned down. They had all the time in the world to get themselves into position throughout the, as dark fell, slipping up, and and they're more sort of coordinated, less wild abandon than the first time you defended this book. Yeah, seeing you all, this time is a whole different ball game. Where last time you all were scrambling, and everybody pretty much except Lokag were avoiding and sort of getting back and taking pot shots, and really just Lokag was the one standing up there. That's how Lokag does it. But this time you had different abilities. You had, you knew the people in the town better. You had more things at your disposal, more options. It's really cool to see you all use those and see the battle develop. Look forward to next session see what happens next with our heroes and see what new hell the goblins of the stone are going to bring to bear. Pon Pon, what are your thoughts?
I had one more thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like we poked a beehive or like an anthill or something, and at first we're like, yeah, we took care, we smashed the first few that came out, and now they're just really mad, and there's tons of fun with them. So, you know, you freak out for a minute, but I think if we just take a deep breath, some bug spray. I think we might get it.
Some bugbear
Trying to
spray.
be optimistic. Bugbear spray.
Right. Well, let's transition to some calmer music. All right. Well, Mythlanders, viewers and players, friends, thanks for another awesome Monday night. It's a good way to start our week out, I think. Getting some game out, you know, and some make-believe tensions can sometimes and often make the tensions of the week go better. We've all got a week ahead of us and a week behind us. We're all doing it. We're all doing this life thing. Things have been challenging for some of us lately, but I appreciate that we can come together every week, and we, you know, that our friends that want to come and watch and give their 2 cents and their bits, which thank you so much, you all. Yeah, it's a good time, and I appreciate playing with you all. I'm looking forward to next week. We all have some little projects we're working on, and we'll give you all updates soon. I'm still got a few things in the background. I'm working on Discord integration and all that stuff. That's coming. Anybody, of course, if you're looking for a game midweek, find me on Discord or Roll20, and you can easily reach out and whisper any of us on Twitch if you want to pick our brains about stuff. And last but not least, let me do another Discord invitation and throw that in chat here. So I'm going to throw it here in Twitch chat. This is an invitation to the Discord channel, the Discord server. We have channels for this game, so if you want to come in and be townsfolk and help plan and plot, and hope to see some of you all on Discord. And the rest of you, I'll see you all this week. The rest of my players, I'll see you all in game this week. You all take good care of yourselves, and thank you so much for an awesome session. I think that is
Hi,
us.
y'all.
Go ahead. Yeah. We are going to sign off. Have a good week, everybody. Oh, yeah. Last thing. We want to raid out to somebody.
This is my official bye.
Bye. So I'm just going to take a moment.
Let's see, we got No Man doing something, The Play Matt doing something, Venture Forth doing something, Captain Robert doing something, Fears and Fables.
Let's see here. What if we raid No Man? I think that'd be great. Yeah, we are going to raid No Man. So, y'all, see y'all soon. Enjoy what she's offering tonight, and take good care of yourselves. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bum, 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 with the Mythlanders. Bum, bum, singing us out as it transitions to raid another channel. Bum, 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 bye. All right. All right, heck yeah.